So, what's wrong with KJ? What's wrong with her? We're gonna see in this video. Hello, everybody. It is Tayleóne here with another video. Today I am tired. It is a Sunday, and I feel like trying to re-record my KJ video because I really do have a lot to say about her. But this is like it. Hopefully, okay? I don't know. I can't promise you anything. But if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So, yeah, we're going to get into KJ and what I think about her. But before we get into that, disclaimer, everybody. This is my opinion. None of this is facts. Do not take this as facts. This is just my opinion of the situation, of Katie herself, of the issue. Okay? And then I just wanted to also comment and tell you that I don't have a computer right now, so I don't have really good editing software. I do everything on my phone, which is a talent in itself, by the way. Let me tell you, okay, that is some hard things that I'm doing right there. So, just remember that it's fine. I'm going to get a phone in March. I mean, not a phone, a computer in March. And hopefully soon, after I get my car, I will get my iPhone, because this is an Android, and I don't like Androids anymore. I used to love Androids, now I don't. Anyways, that's just, let's get into the video, because I think that's all too much. Okay. So, what is up with KJ? Okay, like, this has been something I, as a viewer, have been asking since, people that I watch, like Emily Baker, for example, who is literally just reading court documents and teaching people how to read and understand court documents. And unfortunately, KJ made this huge problem into a reality, and she keeps commenting on things, so things keep being brought up in the court documents, and Emily keeps reporting on the court documents, and then for some reason, Katie, I can't say her name, KJ, only is mad at Emily D. Baker because Emily is telling the truth that it looks really bad for KJ, for KJ, with how she is acting, what she is doing, because that is the truth. Even if Emily D. Baker wants KJ to win for YouTube precedence and stuff like that, KJ's not making it easy. Okay? That's basically all Emily D. Baker's saying. There's other great channels to watch about this whole situation. Renee Evans, I think is her name. She talks a lot about KJ's character and stuff. But, yeah, that's basically the summary. You know, Tati sued KJ. KJ melted down on Twitter. Then there was a bunch of hacking that happened, and Emily's like, why are we concentrating on, you know, blaming each other when we can just concentrate on who's actually doing the hacking and we can get down to it, you know, like. And then the last thing was the judge told all the parties involved, so the clients and the lawyers, to shut their mouth on social media, but did not grant a gag order because, like, really, there shouldn't be one. Like, you should be, like, KJ should have enough sense in her head to know that talking about a case when the case is happening isn't good. I have a lot of things happening in my personal life, and I'm not going to be talking about those things until after it is all resolved and over with. So I don't get KJ. But anyways, what I have kind of gathered from all of this is that KJ is a real life Karen. Like, her name should be Karen Joy. Like, that should be her name. Because there's so many reasons. But I just want to make that comment. If you know what a Karen is, like, you'll understand why I made that comment. Sorry, I was looking down at my notes. So, the problem with KJ, I'm going to start with the narcissism. And this is not me diagnosing anybody or anything. This is me just putting a word to something, a behavior that I have seen her do. I do not know if she's a narcissist, but she has narcissistic tendencies, like most people do in the world. Most people have that. If you think about how when we're babies, everything revolves around us, and then as we get older, we learn more and more that the world doesn't revolve around us. Babies, that is how narcissism can, grow into a wildfire if their parents allow it. Most parents, teach the kids as they get older, you got to do this yourself. The world doesn't revolve around you. But, so there's this one live stream that I have seen on multiple people's videos where KJ is talking about a situation with her son where they almost lost their son. And I apologize, like, that's terrible as a mother. Like, I can't imagine that. But the problem is, one, that she made it seem like this just happened. And this happened back in 2016. And there was other people in the comments, in the live chat, that were trying to sympathize with her and tell their stories of losing their children and stuff like that. And she got mad because they were sharing their story and people were sympathizing with them because she felt like they weren't listening to her story. Those people who are telling their stories and the people who are sympathizing, that's a normal interaction. When KJ went off to say, oh, you're not paying attention to me, so I might as well get off the live stream, like, that was weird. And that was nasty behavior. Like, to me, no. That's gross. I don't do that. I don't like that type of behavior. That type of behavior is selfish, grandiose, and gross. Okay? And that's why I put the title of narcissism on that portion. Okay? So that's the first problem. KJ probably thinks she's untouchable by authority, whatever. Because, like, what? Anyways, KJ lies often. And then she wants people to believe her when she's telling the truth. But it's like, how can people know when you're lying and when you're telling the truth? And that's why she's in this situation with the hackers where Salty, the lawyer, see, I watch Emily D. Baker. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry. That was terrible. Partly for your ears. Anyways, but that's why Salty probably feels like KJ could be doing this hacking thing or whatever, because she's been deceptive in the past. That is also like a very narcissistic thing. That's why I'm grouping it together, even though it's not grouped together on my notes, but I'm grouping it together. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the way that she manipulates people. You can see it in every single live stream. She tries to Like, for example, with the story of her son, she tried to make it seem like this just happened when it happened back in 2016. That's a form of manipulation. She also gaslights people. She's just not a nice person. Like, I remember the first time I learned about KJ, it's when YouTube for some reason was recommending the Duggars on my old YouTube channel, because I watched one video of the Duggars and then it recommended all of the things. And I watched a KJ video and I didn't, like, I just got some vibes, right? Because I'm really good with vibes. It's just like Jeffree Star. Like, he gives me some vibes. And so I don't support him or watch him, but I thought she was nasty the way that she was talking about the Duggars. It's not the fault the girls were born into this religion that their parents are in, and it just seemed gross that you are attacking these girls. And yeah, maybe they choose to still be in that religion. Oh, no. Sorry. I did not notice that. If I would have noticed that, I would have fixed that a long time ago. That's good enough. Okay. But you can only, like, unless you are a person like me who is really self-aware and really into self-development, most people stay with what their parents do or they branch off from it. And I feel like most of them have branched off of it. But, like, the way she was talking about these girls, I didn't like it. Okay, so I talked about narcissism, lying, manipulation. Before I get into these next two, I want to make a comment on her hypocritical double standardness. So she calls out True Sleuth for making videos about her. And like a week before that or something, or in another video, I don't know how far apart this was. I don't follow it that closely. I just watch people's videos on KJ. And she was talking about how, oh, that's what people do. You know, they make videos. That's normal in our community, because she's trying to say she's part of the commentary community. Which I have an opinion about that. But, yeah, people do make videos about it. And so do you. So she started then crying and begging for True Sleuth to stop making videos and using nasty titles, which I haven't seen a nasty title about her, to be honest with you. I feel like most of the videos are trying to help KJ. I feel like they're trying to tell her, like, this isn't how you behave. So maybe instead of behaving this way, you should behave this way. But yeah, she's just very hypocritical, and she has a lot of double standards. She can do whatever she wants to Tati. Say that her brands creates their products with snake oil, and defame Jane. Is his name's James Westbrook? Yeah, I think it is, actually. Sorry, I was like James Charles. No, James Westbrook, right? That's his name. Anyways, she can do whatever she wants when it comes to Tati. Make 80 plus videos on Tati, and that's okay. She's fighting that in court. But True Sleuth makes 20 videos about her that are criticism, like mostly constructive criticism. And I haven't watched all of True Sleuth's videos, but I've watched, enough. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I feel like most of these videos towards KJ are constructive. And even sorry about that, my memory got low. So yes, but what I was saying is even Emily D. Baker's videos are very constructive, very constructive. And I keep bringing her up because that's someone KJ just really like goes in on. And I'm just done with the double standards, girl. Like, either believe, like my mother told me, say what you mean and mean what you say. Whether that is towards you or towards others. And so if you are trying to fight this case about being defamatory towards Tati and James Westbrook, and then you're now saying people are defaming you, the narrative you are creating is basically like this is going to be bold for me to say, but she's really painting a picture that what she did was defamatory. So, it's just not a good look, KJ. It's just not a good look. Okay. And then, so there's this concept that my counselor talked to me about, which is called flipping your lid. And what that, like, people say it all the time, you flipped your lid. And how she explained it to me is it's when your frontal cortex flips up. And so your frontal cortex, sorry, I don't know if that's what it's called. The frontal lid flips up, which means that your rational thinking, you can't rationally think. You're in survival mode. You're in flight or fight response. So when it flips up, that rational thinking does not work. And I think that's what has happened with KJ throughout this situation. Her lid has literally flipped. And she can't think rationally, unfortunately, because she ain't. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not a therapist. I don't understand all of the neuroscience, but there is a great video you can watch. It's called The Neuroscience of KJ. I think her full name, though. And I will link that down below. It's very interesting, and I very much agree with that video. And then she's adding alcohol as a coping mechanism to all of this. So you have all of this underlining, the double standards, being hypocritical, her lying, her manipulation, her narcissism. You have her lid literally flipping, so she's not able to think rationally, okay? And then she adds alcohol on top of it. And adding alcohol on top of anything ain't good. Like, to cope with alcohol could be the worst thing that we as humans do. And I say we as humans because I've done it before. When I was in middle school, when I was a teenager, I used to cope with alcohol. So it's something everybody does. But I learned, like, alcohol isn't good for me. I'm allergic to it, pretty sure. So I just don't do it. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't drink alcohol, to be honest with you. Every once in, like, a blue moon, like, if I was on a vacation on a beach, I might have a Patron margarita, okay? But, like, alcohol isn't good for your body. It isn't good for you, your mind, your soul. Like, all alcohol really does for me is make me emotional and tell everybody about my life and my secrets, and it really isn't good, okay? It really isn't good. So, like, alcohol, it impairs your brain even more. So Katie already has a flipped lid, and then she adds alcohol on top of it, and then she already has these underlying conditions. She's made comments herself that she, gets treatment for things like PTSD, I think, is what I've heard a lot. So, I don't want to come off as being mean or, like, I know, like, calling someone a Karen is probably not the most constructive thing that I can do. But that's how, like, if you look at her, like, that's how she acts. Very much Karen-ish. So I'm gonna just right here, right now, state that I don't want anybody to go and bully Katie for any of this. And I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna say it right now before I get into my advice for KJ herself. And I mean, I hope that she takes it, but I don't think she'll see this. But okay, so my first advice for KJ is to stop drinking, or stop drinking on live streams. Just like, calm it down, you know, because it impairs you even more than you already are, and you're already in a stressful situation where your lid is flipped. So, like, cut it out. Another thing is, you need to work on a way to get your rational way of thinking to start working again. I don't know if you go to therapy or what, but continue that, you know, that would be great. Not trying to be mean, but like, my therapist, the reason why I said go to therapy is because my therapist taught me a way to basically flip my lid back down. And like, I think pretty rationally now. I've gone through a lot in 2020, as I have said multiple times. But what I want to say is, look up the window of tolerance, okay? Look that up and learn how to keep yourself within the window of tolerance. This is a way to manage distress tolerance. That very much helped me. Maybe ask a therapist about it, or a psychiatrist, psychologist, someone who knows about brains. Ask them about the window of tolerance. Have them explain it to you. It's a really good tool. And this is not only to KJ. This is to anybody who is going through a hard time. Okay? Because we all go through hard times. But sometimes we have to stop our self-destructive behavior. And that means if you need to make videos, one, make sure, you know, you're 100% on it, like you don't have any impairments when you are working, because you say you have to do this for your family, so you want to, like, would you go to an office job drunk? Like, some people probably, yeah. But you know what I mean? If you were a truck driver, would you go to work drunk? You know? Like, think about it like that. And, yeah, think about it like that, KJ. There's nothing left to say about that, but think about your job like a real life job, right? You want to think about your image. You want to have a brand. People won't like you if you continue going down the way that you're. Get a brand, an image consultant. That would be really good for you. You need to get one of those, get PR, listen to your manager, listen to your lawyer, and stop the self-destructive behavior. And I don't know how to tell you how I've done that, but everybody has self-destructive behaviors, and there's a time to get out of your own way, because you literally are the only person in your way. No one else. What anybody else says about you, KJ, you are in your own way. The way that you think about yourself is in your own way. So, you know, work on your self-love, work on your self-confidence, your self-esteem, you know, and be a mom, you know. Like, I know people have commented on the fact that you're never you know, like, you make a lot of videos. And I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm not going to say what I think. If you need to make all those videos for your livelihood, that's what you need to do. And you know what you need to do. So get out of your own way. And that's everybody. Everybody needs to get out of their own way. We are our biggest competitor. We're our worst enemy. And we're our biggest cheerleader all at the same time. So we need to get out of our way. And that's just true for anything. And if I seem harsh, KJ, I'm sorry about it. But, like, I'm just spitting the facts. Like, I want you to give yourself self-compassion. I want you to be self-aware. I want you to build your self-esteem. I want you to build your self-love and your self-confidence. I want you to become a better version of yourself. And that's all you can do. When you do something wrong, you have to take accountability for your part in it. And so I hope she figures it out. Again, she's literally her problem. And yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. But I also want to say, because this is always this, I saw this on Twitter, and ever since I've seen this on Twitter, is do not take other people's advice unless you want to live their life, okay? So remember that. Don't take every piece of advice. You know yourself. You know who you are as a person. So instead of, you know, take the advice that you think, oh, that would be nice to apply to my life, but don't ever take all the advice, because unless you want to live that person's life, do not take their advice. And if you don't understand that, I'll explain it in a different video, but, like, isn't that, like, self-explanatory? Like, unless you want to live someone's life, don't take their advice. Anyways, I understand it, but I hope that the court documents are released further apart. I hope that this all gets resolved in the way that it should be. And if you want me to do a video like this on, like, Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, Nikita Dragon, I don't know, all those drama people that are in drama, like, let me know by commenting down below. Like, subscribe to my channel if you want to come on this journey with me. And remember to always smile, and that you can make a difference in the world if you make a difference within yourself. That was so cheesy, but it's so true. It really starts with you and the way that you think, and then that goes out to the collective, and it changes the way the collective thinks. So if you want to make a change in the world, make a change in your life. Yeah, come with me on this journey. That's about it. Like, there ain't nothing else to say about it, okay? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. All right. Have a great day. I'll be back later with another video. Yeah, this is my videos to get more views, to be honest with you. So I know people are talking about KJ, so I want to get in on it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm trying to get my subscriber count up. So anyways, goodbye. I'm proud of myself, okay? I am proud that I've been uploading. Even though my last video, I'm pretty sure, got no views. I've uploaded 3 videos so far, and this will be the 4th. That's a lot. And like one of my videos got a lot of views and I got 3 subscribers from it. And I'm just so thankful. So I just don't care. I don't care. But anyway.